Today I am up in Michigan's Upper Peninsula, just to the west of Iron River, at the Lake Ottawa Recreation Area. The recreation area is considered to be lightly used and a great place to go if you're looking to just get away to a quiet atmosphere. First, before we head off into the actual campground area, we're going to take a look at the recreation area here. There are not very many people here. As you can see from this yellow tree, I'm here in early fall. It's actually mid-September right now. And the first thing that I noticed was a pretty decent boat launch to go out on the lake and do some fishing. If you're coming up here to fish in this lake, you can expect to catch lake trout, walleye, northern pike, panfish, and bass. Although I did read somewhere that the bass is restricted to catch and release only here in Lake Ottawa. You can see that part of the boat ramp is actually moving out into the lake a little farther. I'm sure it's super repairable, and it's probably far enough out that it wouldn't be an issue for the average boat that's being put in this fairly small 500 and some square acre lake. You can see way out there are a couple fishermen out trying to catch some fish, but I didn't actually see anyone catch anything while I was here or get the opportunity to talk to anyone that had been fishing out here on the lake. Just off of the parking area for the recreation area is the G-Chi Trail. I may be pronouncing that wrong, but it looks like G-Chi Trail, and it is a 9-mile long hiking and skiing loop that cuts through forest and wetlands here just outside the Lake Ottawa Recreation Area. Heading around to the next parking space, which is actually fairly large, and I'd imagine it probably doesn't ever really fill up this time of year, we have the larger recreation area space where you can come for day use or come for the beach to swim if the weather permits. First, we're going to head up here to the billboard to see if there's any great information that we need to know. And the only thing of crazy note is that there is a sign here that says there is a no possession of largemouth or smallmouth bass regulation on Lake Ottawa, and it gives a name and phone number for someone to contact for more information on that. The name and the contact information is John Pagel at 906-285-6909. So you can contact John if you have any questions. The bunkhouse here is locked up, so I can't get inside. It looks like maybe there used to be a gift shop going on in there, a couple restrooms during the summertime, maybe even changing stations if you're coming here to swim down here at the beach area. It is a nice, quiet little recreation area. It was definitely a peaceful place to be walking through, especially this time of year with nobody here at all. It's late enough into the season that the water spigots are even closed down. It's after September 15th, and I believe that's usually like the cutoff date for closing down these things up in the Upper Peninsula, especially over in this area because their average snowfall is about 200 inches of snow a year, so I'd imagine those pipes probably freeze up pretty quick. This is the beach area, and you can see it's buoyed off so boaters don't come up too close to where the kids are swimming at. And it's, again, a really nice build-up. I mean, there was some money and some time that went into building up this embankment and getting the sand down here. Just off to the side from that, we have a fishing pier, which was also really nicely built and a really nice addition to this lake. Look at that beautiful sky in the background as I walk out here. I could have brought a chair, and whether I fished or not, just sat here for hours and watched out over this super peaceful, quiet lake. Heading back into the recreation area, you can see several picnic tables. There's also several charcoal grills if you wanted to sit out here and actually grill, have a picnic. There is a sign that has some historic information on it about the campground and the Lake Ottawa area. And then you have your registration station for the campground with your typical billboard information, a nice little map made out of wood for the campground, And now I'm going to actually walk through the campground and give you a look at what the campground looks like. The campground is actually really nice. You can see as I'm going around here, every single one of the campsites is actually paved. It's got nice asphalt platforms on it. There's a picnic table and a fire ring for every one of the campsites. I was really surprised to see that there were no campers here. Typically, this kind of a campground would be packed full of campers up here doing the fall color tour. It might be a little bit early yet for the super good fall color, and the fact that these campsites don't have electric or water might be spooking some of the people away here. There's another sign for the G-Chi Trail that cuts through the campground, and we're going to continue around here and check out all of the campsites in this area. Since there's nobody staying here, there's nothing stopping me from wandering around and giving you a good view of each individual campsite. I did not expect to see this kind of a campground have such nice restrooms. We don't have just outhouses stationed around. We actually have running water with flush toilets. This is actually really impressive. I don't see these kind of things at campgrounds unless they're like a state park campground where you have electric and water hookups at every campsite. So this was definitely a treat to see at this campground, and probably a bonus that helps drive some traffic to this campground so you're not just using an outhouse every time you have to go. You can see that some of the campsites have a lake view from them, but you're kind of up on a little bit of a hill, so I wouldn't say they have very good lake access. You could definitely pull up a boat or a kayak or canoe and leave down by the water and hike the little trails that go from the campsites down to the water's edge, but it's definitely not handicap accessible, and it's not something that you'd probably really want to do every day. You can see it's rough getting down in there, and you definitely want to be careful of your footing and throw an anchor up on shore so your boat doesn't drift away. So I am stopped at a campground. It's like my 4th or 5th one for the day, but it's not even noon yet. And I'm like super surprised. Like, let me flip the camera around here. Like, we have really nice, freshly asphalted sites. Really nice, freshly asphalted road. On what seems to be a decent lake, there's this huge, really big recreation area. They got a great big dock to go out fishing on. Swimming area, which it's cold, so no one's gonna swim, but like there's nobody here. And all of the other less campgrounds, less stuff, less to do, less campsites, less space, noisier with road noise. Like all of these other ones I've been to have people at them. And this one's just completely empty for some reason. It's really weird. So I don't know. I think I'm only 4 or 5 stops away from my stop for the day. So I'm gonna keep on going. Yeah, holy cow. What a super nice unexpected addition. I didn't realize this was out here in the campground. It's like a nice little spot here that the DNR or park ranger should come to do different events, or you can just probably come up and have a picnic. It looks like you could light a fire in there for shelter, especially in the wintertime if you wanted to warm up. I really liked seeing this out here. I don't know. I almost feel like this campground was just abandoned or something by the campground host or by whoever maintains it. I mean, some of these campsites have site reserve signs on it that are over a month old that have not been removed. And there's like no sign of any traffic in here. The campground host, campsite even, hasn't had a vehicle there since I've been here, and I've been here for about an hour. And there's just nobody here. Even the campground host driveway over here, it's still full of leaves and stuff, like nobody's come and gone in a while. So I don't know what's up with this. Like every single site here says reserved, I believe, except like one. So, I don't know. It's kind of weird. Kind of an eerie situation, so I'm done here though, and I'm moving on. I'm certainly not going to stay here, so peace. From campsite 26, it leads you to a little trail that goes right to the recreation area, and of course the little trail is paved. And then the campground drive continues to circle around to the remaining campsites. I think there's like 31, 32. So we'll check them out.